Hey everybody, Chris here. Is there a major rally ahead for Dogecoin? We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. We had a late night live stream on Wednesday night. That's right. We were live if you were up late or early in the morning if you're on the other side of the world from me. You caught the live and watched as Dogecoin was breaking through resistance heading toward 18 cents. And then overnight we eclipsed 18 cents, moving up higher, Bitcoin getting close to 100K, and even ETH, yes, even Ethereum making a move. So we're going to take a look at all of that in this video. So let's get into it. Let me show you the charts on the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. We start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart, and Dogecoin's at 18.3 cents. That's right, here we were yesterday, right around the FOMC meeting, and Dogecoin was going up and down. The volatility that was expected to happen did, but Dogecoin was fighting 17 cents then and even coming down to 16.95. But look what happened in the afternoon. Word coming out that there's a trade deal in the works between the United States and the UK, the first of many trade deals. Fear of tariffs may start to be coming down. Less fear, uncertainty, doubt leads to markets starting to move back up. And especially with Doge, as we saw Doge trading last night during the late night live stream. And I couldn't stay up. Would have been great to stay up all night to see this, but that's okay. We're here now to look at it as Doge blasted above 18, up to about 18.3 here, came back, retested, then moved higher, up to 18.5 cents. So that was the big Dogecoin move. Bitcoin got close to 100K. That's this red line here. Got really close. Not quite there. But that may be coming soon. That may be coming soon. Bitcoin was at 96K. Again, this was the volatility during FOMC meeting. Powell's statements. Of course, interest rates being held as expected, right? Nothing new there. And his words, hawkish, dovish, kind of uncertain in my view, but the afternoon after FOMC was done shows Bitcoin moving up as well. And then ETH is the big mover this morning, as ETH did break over 1,925, which was my resistance line, came back, retested, and moved higher. So ETH making a big move too. Now, a lot of people talking about, oh, how come Doge is underperforming? Doge is doing so bad. Well, here's another example. Bitcoin is up 2.5% on the day so far. Dogecoin is up 6.5%. Again, when there's green in the market, markets are going up, Dogecoin will outperform Bitcoin. We see that again and again. What happened between January and April as the market was going down because of the fear of the tariffs and inflation coming back and all the FUD that was being spread out there, Dogecoin dropped at a higher percentage than Bitcoin. Bitcoin holds up better than Doge in the red markets, but in the green markets, again, Doge outperforms Bitcoin. And we showed that from a number of different data points during the live stream on Wednesday night. What does this mean going from here, though? And is this the beginning of a major rally? That's what we want to talk about here. Dogecoin, even Cardano up. Yep, they lead the market gains. Bitcoin traders eye the next Fed meeting. So here we go, already looking ahead to the next Fed meeting. And some analysts are saying a 100 basis point cut through the rest of 2025. I am not that bullish. I think Powell is very conservative on this front, as Trump says that he's late. He's too late. But that's how he is, very cautious. Still uncertainty about what the tariffs are going to do to inflation, and he doesn't want to cut rates yet. And usually he's the one who's saying, we need to look at the data. We need to see the data, and it's all going to be about the data. But there's no data about uncertainty of what's going to happen in the future. So that's what we have. But we'll be watching that next month for the next FOMC. And if there is the beginning of a rate cut, and is there going to be quantitative easing? Is that going to start? We're going to start seeing more liquidity in the markets. That will certainly flush Bitcoin and alts. And are we going to see this alt season, well, we'll see how that goes. Crypto Rover says, look, we just went through this 40-day window here of all of that uncertainty, and all the bears were out, right? And the bears were saying, oh, Doge is dropping to 10 cents. Remember all those 10-cent bears? Where are they now? Where are they? And they were waiting to buy. And I was just saying, look, don't wait, right? One strategy is, if you've got like $1,000 to spend and you're waiting, well, why don't you put just like 500 in now, on one of these small little dips like we just had yesterday for Doge at 16.95, right? And then save the other half in case there's a further dip, but at least you're in the game. But now you're sitting on the sidelines. Dogecoin's now all the way up to, over 18 cents. And Bitcoin is knocking its head up at 100K again. But you were waiting for it to drop lower, and you're not in the game now. And you're going to be chasing if you want to be in it, but then you're going to say, oh, I'm too late. And then you're just going to sit the whole thing out. That's not good trading. We talk about that. But here we are. And where are we going to go from here? Is Bitcoin going to come up above 100K, come back, retest, go higher, eclipse 109, its previous all-time high that it hit just back in January? It looks like it is on its way to doing just that. As Crypto Rover says, congratulations if you're still here, because this is what we have right now. We're going to hit our head, though, on this liquidity, though. Ali points out for Bitcoin, there are huge shorts up here. And, of course, the move up has taken out a lot of shorts already. And, of course, there's a lot of leverage longs that come in as the price moves up. So they may want to snipe some of those with some quick dips if there's any hint of some uncertainty. But there's going to be some big short positions taken up. And interesting enough, it's ETH this morning, that big move of ETH this morning, just in 1 hour, over $8 million of ETH shorts just got wiped out. Because there's a huge amount of traders who don't believe in ETH and have been shorting the hell out of it. And those shorters are getting wrecked. So that's what happens in the green market and the bull markets. You've got some who still are not believing the rally here. And big shorts are getting eaten up. Doge is a small, $300,000. But it was ETH, really the big one. And they're getting wrecked. As far as Doge, Alan showed this on the 4-hour chart, and we showed this as well, is the bullish crossover on the 4-hour, breaking out from the downward trend, moving up, and this was yesterday when Doge was just around 17.3, 17.4, and has now moved up all the way to 18.5, has made that clear breakout from that downward trend. And also looking at, from another point of view, the RSI breakout. This looks kind of interesting, this 29-day pattern. I think that's kind of arbitrary, actually, the way Alan has shown this. But okay, if you want to look at these sort of RSI patterns, but that's trading, right? Up and down trading. And we are breaking out from that. And what does that mean going forward? The uptrend is programmed, not necessarily, but the rally does look good so far. And here's a nice bit of news from House of Doge. The CBS local affiliate in Indianapolis has a nice little video here on X. Devlin DeFrancesco, our driver of the Dogecoin wrapped car in the Indy 500, has been raising money through Dogecoin donations for Riley Children's and made a $25,000 donation to Riley's. And that's still growing. And there's more and more being donated on his behalf. This is awesome. Of course, we're going to watch the Indy 500 and see the Dogecoin race car going around the track. That's going to be awesome as well. That's coming up later in May. So that'll be fun to watch. And as Jordan says, like, doing only good every day. This is what Dogecoin is about. Donations, helping people, all very good. So here we are, Dogecoin breaking out. We were already in an uptrend. We did test that line, right? That support line. We looked at Ali's chart yesterday, and Ali was thinking, oh, it's going to come back down to 14 cents and retest. And I was like, no, not necessarily. And we do have the confirmation of that breakout as Dogecoin's price does aim higher, breaking through resistance lines along with Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So Dogecoin, the bullish signals, and I've been all last week, I was saying, look, bullish on Dogecoin, and that is all playing out. So is there a major rally on the horizon as we look through the rest of May? And I believe so. Now, how major? You guys are going to want like 40-cent Doge right away, and that's not going to happen. Don't get like too crazy. But reclaiming 20 cents, getting to 21 as I predicted, that is certainly in the cards, and we will be watching for that as we look again at the Dogecoin chart. Again, we look at the 4-hour chart and we say the MACD looks great, right? We had the big crossover here on Tuesday on the MACD, and so that played through the FOMC meeting and the volatility there, and then up higher. So classic move there. RSI may be getting, sort of this overbought on the 4-hour, but it's early and it's a 4-hour chart. So that looks good. And then we go to the daily, and people were all worried about the daily chart because there was going to be this negative crossover turning red. And I was like, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go deep red. We saw that earlier in April. That red was very short-lived and flipped over to green. And here we've already flipped over to green right here on the daily. All it takes is one green candle and it flips back. So again, MACD is not an indicator of what's going to happen in the future. It just tells you what just happened is how that works. So back in the green on the daily, and then we flip over to the weekly, and we're like, the overall trend, right, was when you zoom out to the weeklies, you're like the big MACD coming back up, and in a couple weeks we'll be back up into the green on the MACD as Dogecoin completes a big cup. There's going to be a big cup pattern here that we're going to have on the Dogecoin weekly chart. As we look at the daily and we look at Bitcoin, one of the things I've had my eye on, and we'll take a look at this in the live stream later on Thursday, is going to be that golden cross. I don't have those lines on now because I'm watching a few other things right now. But we'll take a look at that, and as predicted, that golden cross is coming. And it's coming fast now because we got Bitcoin heading up toward 100K. Is Bitcoin going to hit 100K today? We're going to check that out in the Thursday afternoon live stream, so join in. Make sure that you're subscribed, you've got your notifications on. Also give the video a like, leave a comment below. What do you think about Dogecoin? And is this the beginning of a major rally for Dogecoin? It certainly looks good right now. You get these green candles, little red retests before moving higher. That's all looking positive. So let me know what you think in the comments below. We'll see you next time.